Welcome to your first Turkish class. I will be assisting you throughout your language journey. In this first lesson, we are going to talk about Turkish alphabet. Turkish is a phonetic language, which means it is written as it is spoken. So, as long as you know how to spell the sounds, you will be okay. Turkish alphabet consists of 8 vowels and 21 consonants. Let's take a look at each letter.
A, araba, B, bir, C.
Take attention to this letter. In English, this letter may be pronounced as S or K. However, in Turkish, it is pronounced like the J in jungle.
Cüzdan, Ç.
Be careful, because some languages may pronounce this letter differently. For example, in French, this letter has a sound similar to the letter S. However, in Turkish, the letter Ç is considered to be the hard version of the former letter J.
Çilek, D, ders, E, elma, F, fare, G, güzel, yumuşak G.
Wow! Let's take a look at this one. This is considered the softer version of the former letter G, as the word yumuşak means soft in Turkish. This letter is different than others because it has no sound of its own, which means it cannot be used as a first letter. It serves as a transition between 2 vowels, but sometimes it is used in the end of a syllable or a noun as well. But if it doesn't have a sound, how do you pronounce it? Well, there are 2 rules to take into account while pronouncing this letter. Usually, it makes the former vowel longer, such as
Da, yağmur.
Yeah. However, if the word only has the vowel A or the vowel E or the vowels A and E, then you should pronounce it as ye, such as
Değer, diğer, eğlenmek, çi.
Exactly. Now, let's continue.
H, hayat, I.
Let's take a look at this letter. Many languages do not have this sound. However, in some languages, such as Korean, you can find the exact same sound.
I.
So, how do you pronounce it? In order to understand how this sound works, let's try to understand how vowels work in Turkish first. Take a look at this chart. This is important because it is going to be useful in the next lessons as well, such as vowel harmony. As you can see, there are 2 main groups for Turkish vowels, such as front vowels and back vowels. So, why are they called like that? There is a simple reason behind it. Basically, a front vowel is a class of vowel where the movement of the highest point of the tongue is positioned as forward as possible in the mouth, such as
E, I, U.
On the other hand, a back vowel is a class of vowel where the movement of the highest point of the tongue is positioned relatively back in the mouth, such as
A, I, O, U.
Yeah, that's it. We have learned about front and back vowels, but how about rounded and unrounded vowels? Basically, rounding in phonetics means the production of a sound with the lips rounded, such as
I, U, O, U.
Exactly. So, while pronouncing a rounded vowel, your mouth should be in a rounded shape. Whereas while pronouncing an unrounded vowel, or in other words, a flat vowel, it should be more like a line, such as
E, I, A, I.
Exactly. So, as you can see,
E, I,
are front, unrounded vowels, while
U,
are front, rounded vowels,
A, I.
are back, unrounded vowels, and
O, U.
are back, rounded vowels. So, while pronouncing this sound, what you should do is first pronounce U, then make your lips flat.
U, I.
Then, let's continue.
Işık, I, insan, J.
Take a look at J. Originally, Turkish language doesn't have the letter J. However, a couple of foreign origin words contain this letter, such as
Jilet,
Exactly,
K, kız, L, limon, M, mavi, N, ne, O, orman, Ö.
Okay, so, for some beginners, this sound might be tricky as well. Let's get back to our chart. As you can see, together with is a rounded front vowel, meaning that you are supposed to round your mouth while pronouncing this sound. Take a look at the unrounded vowel above it. What kind of connection could they have? This is basically the same rule as with the other vowel we've learned earlier, which means if you try to pronounce the sound
A
and then purse your lips, you will get the sound.
E. Ö.
If it didn't help, you can also hear this sound while pronouncing the word nurse or girl.
Ördek. P. Pasta.
Confused? Yeah, you've heard it right. In Turkish,
pasta
means cake, and
makarna
means pasta.
R. Renk. S. Salı. Ş. Şeker. T. Tatlı. U. Ucuz. Ü.
This letter also may be challenging, but our rule is basically the same. Let's go back to our chart. As you can see,
Ü
is a rounded front vowel, and right above it, you will see
I
What you should do is, first pronounce the vowel
I
and then purse your lips.
İ. Ü. Üzgün. V. Veya. Y. Yarın. Z. Zaman.
So, now we already know there are different types of vowels in Turkish, but how about consonants? Are there any groups for them? Let's see. Turkish consonants can be categorized into two parts, soft and hard consonants, also known as lenis and fortis consonants.
F. S. T. K. Ç. Ş. H. P.
Are the hard consonants in Turkish. The other consonants excluding these are soft consonants. Hard consonants take relatively greater energy while being voiced. But why is this important? Well, it is because apart from vowel harmony rules, there are also consonant harmony rules in Turkish. Regarding to some certain rules, consonants may harden or soften, so it is important to know whether a consonant is hard in order to not make mistakes while adding suffixes to the words. So, try to keep these soft and hard consonants in mind. Before finishing, let's revise what we've learned today. This letter is pronounced as the J in jungle, and this letter is the hard version of the previous one. It is pronounced as che in chair.
yumuşak G
Doesn't have a certain sound, so it cannot be used as a first letter. It makes the former vowel longer. However, if the word only contains the letter A or the letter
I
or the letters
E
and
I
the letter
yumuşak G
is pronounced as
Y
these are the vowels in Turkish. In order to pronounce the letter U, first pronounce the vowel
U
and then flatten your mouth. For
Ö
first pronounce the vowel
E
then purse your lips. Lastly, for Ü, first pronounce the vowel
I
then purse your lips. Turkish words don't have the letter
J
however some loan words contain it. Turkish consonants divide into two groups, soft and hard consonants. Hard consonants include
F S T K Ç Ş H P.
soft version of
P
is
B
while for
Ç
it's
C
for
T
it's
D
and for
K
it is
G
or.
yumuşak G.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know for this lesson. Thank you for watching and see you soon.